I once asked my grandmother how much money was enough. She was sitting in her kitchen, same kitchen for 40 years, drinking tea from a chipped mug she refused to replace. She looked at me like I'd asked the dumbest question in history. Enough for what? She said. Enough to feel secure, I answered. She laughed. Then she said something that rewired my brain. Security isn't a number. It's a system. Money isn't the goal. Freedom is. And freedom comes from how you think about money, not how much you have. That conversation happened 15 years ago, and I'm still unpacking it. Here's what I've learned watching Jewish families handle money. It's not about the amount. You can meet someone living modestly, driving an old car, shopping sales, and find out they're sitting on serious wealth. And you can meet someone with designer everything, luxury lifestyle, zero net worth. The difference isn't income, it's philosophy. Whether money controls you or you control it. Whether it's a tool or a status symbol. Whether you're building security or chasing validation. That distinction explains why some families build generational wealth, while others stay trapped in cycles of earning and spending, never getting ahead. Today, I'm breaking down 5 ways Jewish families view money that are completely different from mainstream financial culture. More intentional, more rooted in survival, community, and long-term thinking. Some of this will challenge what you believe about wealth. All of it works, and all of it can be adopted by anyone willing to shift their mindset. Before we dive in, where are you watching from right now? Drop your city in the comments. Tokyo, Berlin, Chicago, Lagos, Sydney? I want to understand where this community is learning from, because money culture varies wildly by location. Take 2 seconds, type your city below. Let's get into it. First major difference. Money is insurance, not identity. In most cultures, money is tied to who you are. Your car, house, clothes, all signals of worth. But in Jewish culture, particularly among older generations, money was never about proving anything. It was about surviving the next disruption. My grandfather said, "You don't buy expensive things to show people you have money. You keep money so you don't need to show anybody anything." That mindset creates a completely different relationship with wealth. You're not spending to impress, you're saving to protect. And that changes everything. How you budget, what you buy, how you save. There's this Yiddish phrase, schwitzing, showing off. And showing off was considered not just tacky, but dangerous. Because if people know you have money, they can take it. So you stayed quiet. You stayed modest. You protected what you built by not advertising it. I see this constantly. Jewish families living in average neighborhoods, driving average cars, but putting 3 kids through college debt-free. Nobody knows they have money because they're not performing wealth. They're living below their means intentionally, because they value security over status. Security requires keeping finances private, manageable, and protected from external pressure. That's insurance thinking. Money as a buffer against uncertainty, not a billboard announcing success. Second way Jews view money differently. Money is communal, not individual. In most cultures, financial success is personal. You earn, you spend, it's your business. But Jewish families operate differently. Your money isn't just yours. It's connected to family, community, responsibility. There's this concept called tzedakah, often translated as charity, but it's not charity. Charity is optional. Tzedakah is obligation. Wealth comes with responsibility to support others, not guilt. Structure. Growing up, I watched my parents donate to synagogue, support relatives, help friends. Not occasionally, regularly, systematically. Not about being generous. About recognizing your success is tied to the ecosystem around you. When your community is strong, you're safer. So you invest in community like you invest in stocks. Strategically, consistently. This communal view means financial decisions aren't made in isolation. You don't just buy a house. You discuss it with family. You don't just invest. You ask people who've done it. That collective wisdom prevents catastrophic mistakes. It keeps you grounded. It reminds you that money isn't just about you. It's about the web of relationships and responsibilities you're part of. Third perspective shift. Money is education, not entertainment. Most people spend on necessities and fun, bills and experiences. But Jewish families add a third category that often supersedes the other 2. Education. Not just formal schooling. Knowledge. Books, classes, skills. Anything that builds intellectual capital. Because historically, education was the one asset that couldn't be taken away. You could lose your home, business, savings, but knowledge traveled with you. My parents spent money on tutors, summer programs, books, music lessons. Not because we were rich, but education was non-negotiable. My dad said, "I can't leave you land. I can't guarantee you'll inherit wealth, but I can make sure you have skills nobody can take from you." That's real security. The return on education, on skills, it compounds forever. It increases earning potential. It opens opportunities. It creates resilience. This shows up in how Jewish families view career. It's not just about making money, it's about building capabilities. You don't take a job only for paycheck. You take it for what you'll learn, what connections you'll build. Money is short-term. Knowledge is permanent. Fourth way Jews view money. Frugality is wisdom, not deprivation. There's this stereotype that Jewish people are cheap. It misses the point entirely. Frugality isn't about being cheap. It's about being intentional, not wasting resources. My grandmother would save wrapping paper from gifts to reuse. Not because she couldn't afford new paper. Because wasting something perfectly functional made no sense. That's not cheap. That's efficient. This mindset comes from generations of economic uncertainty. When you've experienced scarcity, you don't take abundance for granted. You don't blow money on things that don't matter. You distinguish between value and price. You buy quality that lasts. You repair instead of replace. You save instead of finance. Not to hoard. To preserve optionality. To maintain freedom. People misinterpret this as stinginess, but it's generosity toward your future self, refusing to burden tomorrow's you with today's impulsive decisions. This frugality allows Jewish families to build wealth quietly, without impressive income, simply by not spending everything they earn, by living below their means. That's not deprivation, that's strategy. Fifth perspective. Money is a tool for time, not time is a tool for money. Most people trade time for money. Work hours to earn dollars. But Jewish financial philosophy flips this. The goal isn't making money. The goal is buying time. Time with family. Time for learning. Time for rest. Time for community. Money is just the mechanism that purchases freedom from constantly needing money. This is why you'll see Jewish families prioritizing flexibility over high salaries. Choosing careers that allow family dinners, community involvement. Building businesses that generate passive income. Creating systems where money works for them, instead of them working endlessly for money. Because at the end of life, nobody wishes they worked more. They wish they had more time. My uncle retired at 55, not because he was rich, because he lived frugally, invested wisely, and decided time with grandkids mattered more than extra income he didn't need. That's the mindset. Money serves life. Life doesn't serve money. So let's tie this together. Jewish financial mindset isn't about being smarter or having secret strategies. It's about perspective. Viewing money as insurance, not identity. Communal, not individual. Education, not entertainment. Wisdom, not deprivation. Tool for time, not time for money. These shifts create completely different financial outcomes, not overnight, but steadily, sustainably, generationally. They build wealth that lasts because it's rooted in principles that transcend economic cycles. You don't need to be Jewish to adopt this mindset. You need to be intentional. Value security over status. Community over individualism. Knowledge over possessions. Discipline over impulse. Time over money. Those values, applied consistently, create financial stability regardless of income. They turn modest earnings into generational wealth. Now, here's what I need from you. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 perspectives resonates most with you? Money as insurance, communal responsibility, education focus, frugality as wisdom, or time over money? Pick one. Explain why. Because I'm learning from you just like you're learning from this. This community thrives on real discussion. Drop that comment now. Be specific. Hit that like button because it amplifies this message to people who need it. People questioning their relationship with money. People feeling trapped by financial stress. People looking for a mindset shift that actually works. Then subscribe because the next video goes somewhere unexpected. We're exploring a financial practice that sounds reckless, that conventional wisdom says avoid, but when you understand the cultural context behind it, you'll see it differently. It challenges everything you think you know about risk and security. We're just getting started.